So I think my critique of this entire situation was just about spot on and on point, and that it's really not about business for Miss Krishana, but it's something else. It could be like a gender bias. Let's go.
I just want to say thank you for considering my feelings and considering how this have been hard for me because this is a family restaurant. And so to actually give it or sell it to you guys have been challenging for me. This is my passion. This is something that my family's built, and to actually sell it and give it to you guys. And
Okay, while I understand all of this, no one cares. Once you sign the dotted line in a contract for a business and you sign it over to the new person, they now own it. No one cares. They don't care exactly with the whole idea of feelings. So if that's what they're trying to show us black folk, that's not what this is. Once you've signed the business itself over to me, I now own it and you now allow me to run it because now I have all the risk to deal with. I could be as nice as possible in business and it don't work because I'm playing patsies, I'm playing friends, and that's what I was kind of afraid of with what Anthony was doing. But you know what, proceed.
it's been a lot.
Yeah, changes do.
Absolutely. But I wanted to say thank you for considering my feelings and how I feel about it in this transition and not just being so overbearing in the transition.
Oh, no, that's not my way. At the end of the day, we're all on the same team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I just want to ask you one question.
Okay.
How did you get hooked up with Amber? I mean, how did that come about? I mean, a man like yourself, I just feel like you're a God-fearing man and you consider others' feelings and not overbearing.
So basically, she's now insinuating that Amber is overbearing and she's not considering her feelings. Look, feelings and business don't work, as a mentor once told me. It doesn't, and it really doesn't work because what will happen is I will have millions of dollars, and because I have all this great feeling to help all of these various people, I invest it in this business, and you don't know what you're doing, and you lose all of my money. And then guess what? Feelings has now left me, and both you broke. That's why feelings don't work in business.
Humble in your speech, and I think you just full of wisdom, but she just seemed like she's like of the world, more so.
All because she said that the mac and cheese was a little bit too salty, and she says the sauce was a little too spicy. Because of this has made her overbearing. Can't agree with it.
Um, I don't even.
And I don't mean to overstep my boundaries. I don't mean to. I'm just sharing with you because I feel like you opened up to me and you was very sincere in our previous conversation. So I just want to just make sure that.
Make sure that nothing. So what you're saying is that Amber wasn't sincere in saying that the macaroni and cheese was a little bit salty, and that she was sincere. The one thing I love about people is I love people being themselves. I don't mind you being yourself at all, and even if you're an a-hole, be an a-hole and be yourself, because at least I know that's who you are versus pretending. Worst thing somebody could do with me is pretend, and that's why I said that this feels like Anthony is pretending with Miss Krishana versus letting her know that this is actually business. We're in a business proposition, and the deal right now is to get people to walk through that door. Now, when I get people to walk through the door, if your food is not ready, what's going to happen is that the people aren't going to stay in the restaurant. They're going to leave. They're going to leave negative reviews. They're not going to like the food. That's what matters. This is business. It's not pleasure.
Just trying to see how this going to mesh together, how this going to blend together.
Wow. How do I answer that?
Oh,
That woman out there, my wife, I put her through a lot. I did. I used to think that I was the man that you described, I felt like that. And then, I don't know if I feel that way anymore. Like, I appreciate those words that you've given me, but, things change. All I know is I put that woman through hell and back. And, she still accepts me for me. So I don't know how to answer that.
Well, I don't know what has gone on in your relationship, but I do know that I just feel like you're really a man of God. And I just feel like I don't know the situation and what happened, but perhaps it's made you better, but you the type of man that we take home to mama and grandmama. So continue to be who you are.
While I love the compliment, I feel like the compliment is coming with a bunch of salt. So I don't really and truly, I know if I like it at all. I feel like Miss Krishana, or whatever her name is, doesn't have her hand on the pulse with this one. And I feel like it's more of a feelings comment than anything else. In other words, anyone that can make me feel good. Look, I think I told you all the story in my book of going to an investor of mine trying to get some money, and he gave me a very honest feedback. You know, I mean, he told me, don't forget the number one rule in business: supply and demand. And I didn't feel bad about it. It was tough. Instead of feeling terrible about it and him rejecting it, what I actually did was to use myself and say, you know what, maybe I need to find out what I need to know so I can get better. But I don't know. Maybe I'll know something else that I don't know, because I feel like Miss Krishana is overboard at this point. I feel like she's out of her wits.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like she's out of her wits as far as this is concerned. And I think definitely have to now keep an eye on her, because now she feels more like a divide and rule kind of person. This is why I think that it's best for her not to be a part of this business, because what Miss Krishana might actually do is to create a wedge and a separation into what's going on here. So, funny enough, Amber had a better business partner in Holiday, because Holiday didn't try to get in between the two of them. Holiday was just a business partner, he was a man. But it just goes to show you, business partners are very, very important. And when you go in a new business, it might be best that you remove the old personal, because it's a reason why they weren't working. That's all I'm saying. I would have removed her. So me don't really now me know that Anthony's approach is incorrect, because precedent needs to be set. I think One Journey has stated that there are certain things that need to have happened before this thing actually occurred. You're correct. Certain ground rules that were supposed to be set and they weren't set. So you can already see where Miss Krishana is going. Little by little now, Anthony now starting to think too highly of himself. Him now starting to peer something back to Amber. Now it creates an issue between both of them again. Another person in between the marriage. This is now the Shayla effect happening the reverse way. If I think that's what it is. It's the Shayla effect. Where you have is a third party who is in the middle, creating the conflict between you and the other person. Because that's where you get conflict. Conflict is created when you have some third party, whether it is a lack of information, whatever the third party or third thing is, that is creating a dissemination of information between two people. That's what's going on. And here it comes again. Give me a take. Off of the mark. I'm gonna talk to y'all soon.